we start off on this incredibly long runway, and then this Antonov aeroplane comes into land. And so on the front of it, you sort of sit there and go, well, how are we going to do that for real? But then Justin comes along and he says, well, we can't get a real plane, but we can build most of a real plane. So, you know, he'll go to whatever lengths he can to shoot stuff in camera, to get stuff for real. So we built a huge set piece for the Antonov, 75 feet long and 70 feet wide, and it was the sort of main section of the fuselage where the wheels and the undercarriage meet the ground. Obviously, whilst the plane is in the air, it has to be digital. There's no way to run cars fast enough to get alongside an airplane or to film with it safely. So, and then they had another set piece which formed the ramp at the back of the plane, because a lot of the action revolved around cars going in and out. So Justin was adamant that had to happen for real, and it had to be done at speed on the runway in the real location. And then the last set piece that they built was for the destruction. Well, there were a few different set pieces for that, but again, it wasn't dressed, it wasn't picture ready, but it was a 1-to-1 scale partial build of the center of the fuselage and the wings and engines, and also the nose of the plane. And then our special effects supervisor, Joss Williams, was able to basically run that down the runway, set it on fire, trigger explosions, and actually have the cars in camera running in front of it. We spent a long time looking at the dynamics of the construction of the fuselage, the way that the rib structures were clad with this fairly lightweight metal, and that as the plane impacted, the ribs compressed and the plane basically started to shrug its metal surface off, and you get this little sort of ripple running back through the plane. The cameraman can go out and react to something. The DOP can go out and expose for the fire correctly. The stunt drivers that are in the cars are sort of driving for their lives, because they've basically got a 40-ton burning plane rig chasing them down the runway, and all that stuff adds to the realism, I think.